Hey y'all,
What's going
it's
on,
your
y'all?
favorite couple, the
Becketts.
Becketts.
And we want to just say, first of all, thank you to the subscribers that have subscribed so far to our channel. And, hey, it's a big support to us.
Yeah, it
and,
is.
Hey,
really
bigger things coming soon. Bigger things coming soon. I just want y'all to know that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so today what we have for you, I made some homemade cookies and we're going to do a mukbang on my cookies.
Oh, cookies.
I made toffee, white chocolate, and macadamia nut cookies. And this is it. Ooh.
Yes. I can honestly say she cooked up a storm today. She made her famous cookies. She's a wonderful cook, a wonderful chef. And I want y'all to know. Yes. I want y'all to know. Yes. That before we even get into this video with the cookies and whatever it may be, she has a channel. So please go like, subscribe to her. What is it gonna be? A cooking channel?
Well, okay. No? I want to put cooking ideas up there. I'm not going to proclaim that I'm a chef, but I know what I'm doing in that kitchen.
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing.
What I want to do is start to just make content and like show you guys my skills, my cooking abilities, and I really want to just cook for you guys on my channel. For the most part, I do makeup too, so maybe I'll throw in some makeup tutorials.
She's a jack of all trades. She does everything.
You never know.
She's a very talented woman. I'm not just saying this because she's my wife.
He's so sweet.
The first time I met her, oh my gosh, what can she do? I mean,
I can't fly. I can't fly.
No one can. But like
that's a good one.
Nah, but for real though, yeah, we're gonna get right into this. We're gonna get right into this this mukbang with our cookies.
Yes, I also added some salt on top, so it's a salted flavor in there. But I did add it in the mix. However, I added it on top, and I have Instagram of me making this. It's cooking with Yafa _ is cooking with Yafa YAFFA_ and that's on Instagram. Go ahead and follow that if you guys can. Your girl will really, really appreciate it.
Yes, follow that page.
Right now we have 2 of 2. I made 2 sets of cookies because
excuse me.
some people are allergic to nuts. So I have one without the macadamia nut and one with the macadamia nut. Okay. Ultimately, it's the same cookie dough, but just with macadamia without. So
I haven't tried these yet.
He's never tried them. And this is eggless as well. I forgot to say. It's eggless. So I have no eggs, honey. No eggs. I didn't have eggs to put in here. So I had to do an eggless cookie recipe. And I have the actual eggless powder that you can make. So it's almond milk in here with the eggless powder and the cookies. And they actually turned out really, really good.
Oh, they look so good.
Oh, go ahead. Take one.
Okay, you want me to try? So this one is what?
I'm going to break it up.
Baby, which one is this one? What is this? The one I'm breaking off right now. What is this?
I don't know. I think it looks like macadamia nut.
Okay. This one I'm going to try it for the first time.
Yes. Let's see. Stop it.
No eggs in it either.
There's no eggs. Oh, this cookie
now
is
she
good.
Can cook.
This cookie is good. I'm going to put it
That's
on
not cook. She can bake.
And I'm not really a baker. However, I do like making cheesecakes and cakes, of course. Cupcakes, cookies.
But it don't matter because when you get into your cooking and you start making things for the first time, she always does well. No matter what, she does well.
I'm a YouTuber too. Sometimes I YouTube or Pinterest my recipes. And usually I'll look and see what they have and how they made it. But I always go in with extra flavors because I like to season my food. Yeah. Every bit of everything has to be seasoned to perfection. So I always add something different or do something different.
Trying out new things.
Yeah, it might be a little creative. But we also wanted to talk to you guys about finances. And our wedding. So how we properly budget our wedding. Yeah. We want to kind of get to the nitty-gritty on how to do it, so you guys won't make any mistakes.
So, like, if there's any of y'all out there that think about getting married, worried about how much money you have, about saving, all these different things, we definitely want to give y'all some advice on what we experienced, because we had people to tell us
Everything.
about weddings and how to spend and what not to do, and it's a you know, you don't want to go over your budget.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're done with our wedding, we understand what those people said. We understand what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And no, it's a memory. Like it's
such a memorable
lifetime memory that we have.
But just understand, you have to live after the wedding.
You have to live after your wedding,
right?
And most people, I mean, if you got it, you got it. Go ahead, do your thing. But if you don't have it and you really are the type of person that's living, I ain't gonna say paycheck to paycheck, but you really want to budget your money well. You don't want to just overspend and try to do it up and make it seem like you're somebody that you're not.
Right.
That's what we don't.
I mean, we budgeted because we wanted to live afterwards, but also we had so many different advice and so many different opinions that came our way from different people. But you have to understand that no one's helping you on your wedding. It's your money. Ultimately, you do what you feel is necessary and is best. And then not to mention, we had to do that around COVID. So we got married in August of 2020.
August 2020, yeah.
August 7th, to be exact, of 2020. And
places were closed. I mean,
places was closed. People took our money. People, you know, it was just a lot. We had a venue. We had people cancel. We had to cancel because of the restriction of the capacity of guests. And we, at the time, right now, we decided to get married. We didn't know where we wanted to be because his family is in Carolina. My family is in California.
All right.
And some of his family's in New York as well because he's from New York.
Yeah.
So we had like just a great area. And then not to mention, I had just moved back to California from Las Vegas. So it was like, do I go back to Vegas and have my wedding there? I have friends there. Yeah. Or do I have my wedding in California where my majority of my family's there? So we had so many different options, and I feel like so many different opinions on how we should plan our wedding.
Yeah.
Like what we discussed initially was an intimate,
small wedding,
15 people, like immediate family.
Just wedding. Immediate family. That's it. And it was like, because we had to live after this wedding. We wanted. I mean, we got up to a point where we saved. You know, and I don't care how much you tell me save. How much we got up to? About 15. You know, we said we got to like 15, 20.
We got it to like 20,000, to be honest. 20, it was like 17,000, and then the following week would have been 20,000. So yeah. So
the following week been 20,000, but the thing is,
and that was just like wedding and just to have something to put in extra on our savings account. Yeah. You know, it wasn't like that's all we had. It was just that's what we wanted to save for our wedding. That's what we wanted to have left over to possibly have a honeymoon and to travel and do other things with it.
But you know, things didn't work out like how you think, but it did work out very, very well.
It worked out well. Honestly, I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna be mad about it.
We gotta move on.
We had a really good wedding. Our budget we went from like $10,000 for our wedding to $7,000. We was like, we don't want to spend $10,000.
Yeah, most people look at it as like, it's just 10. I mean,
it's
some
just
people
10,000.
spend 25.
I know somebody was helping us plan the wedding, a relative of ours. Yeah. And he was like, he spent $50,000 at his wedding.
Like $50,000. I'm like,
freaking Shamal Moore was his best man, and it was nice. That wedding. Thing was nice, but I was like, bro, why you gonna spend $50,000?
Yeah, he felt the same way. So
yeah,
he was like, man, if I look back on it now, if I could have spent just about $5,000 on it, I would have, you know. Right. But it's, you know, just remember this: you can have a beautiful wedding, but you got to live life after, and then you also got to remember that, the wedding itself can be beautiful, but your relationship with that person must go on after that.
Right.
So you can have a beautiful
said,
wedding, spend all that money,
we have to
and
live
then
after that.
and then what happens?
Baby, we just said that.
Okay, my bad.
So this is what we want to get into. What you gonna say?
I was just saying you got to stay together after that.
Well, of course you got to stay together. That's the whole point of getting married. But what I do want to address is like things you have to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so most people get wedding planners. Some people can't afford wedding planners. I personally didn't have wedding planners. I had great friends. Shout out to my homegirl Erin for pulling that thing.
Shout out to Erin. Yeah, she was a huge help.
She did like
lifesaver.
70% of the work of herself. She helped me so much. So thank you for her. But so prior to her helping, you know, we had to plan out picking a venue. So you want to map out your venue. You want to map out who's your guest list, who's going to come, who's not going to come, because we have people say they're going to come and they didn't show up. We have people that said that they didn't know and actually showed up. So it worked out for us. And then I had shout out to my family, shout out to his family for coming, you know last minute.
Oh my gosh, you know,
I want to like make it as shortest possible video, but
it's like as we talk, it's like we want to get out everything. That's where parts come in, you know what I mean?
This is called venting.
Right.
Online.
So
I feel it. Therapy.
But what I want to say is just, you know, just the process of it. You know, we just want to get into how the process went for us.
Right.
You know,
so let's start from the beginning.
From the beginning, you know what? This was a very stressful journey. You know, getting married. It was not stressful because I knew the woman that I wanted to marry, but as far as getting everything prepared, and I knew not the first thing about weddings. I never been to a wedding, and this is my first wedding.
Right,
last wedding.
Right.
But I didn't know what to do. I was stuck, and it was so stressful to me. I started developing migraines.
Yeah,
and I didn't know where they was coming from.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Every day I had migraines, and it was tearing me apart. Going to work, I'm like, where's this migraine coming from?
Yeah, migraines. Like literally after the wedding, he hadn't had migraines no more. So that's how you know how stressful.
Yeah, it was so stressful, and it was like because of COVID, and we was just trying to plan and get the right, you know, the right venue and the right people, trying to get my family out here, trying to get the money up. It was a lot of stuff, you know, and, you know, all praise to the Most Highest because he really worked it out for us. You know, it was a tough situation. It was like a tough road, but it was also a smooth road. Right? Yeah. The Most Highest kept opening doors.
It was test. This is what I figured. I figured like what we went through was a test and trial. So it was something so we can go look back and know that the Most High was with us throughout our whole planning, our whole journey. So I'm going to tell you, we found a venue. Long story short. Tell them
how you found that.
So let me tell you what we went through before we found this venue. So as we were planning our wedding, we was planning a big wedding. We wanted to invite like 100 to 150 people. So we were looking around. We decided, okay, let's get married in the Bay Area where I'm from. We were looking around for venues, found a beautiful venue. We're like, okay, this is it. We were about to put our down payment down and all the good stuff. And the lady hit us with like the fees and then the COVID, and then it's not a guarantee that we can have 100 to 150 people. We're gonna have to minimize it to 70, maybe 75 people. It was real iffy. It was so iffy. It was like I was like, yo, this is unstable, and it was literally like 2 months or a month and a half before the wedding. So I'm going back and forth with her as I'm looking for other venues, but nothing really like panned out. We went to another one that really wasn't attractive. Remember the one we went to out here?
Talking about the one in Oakley?
No, the one in Brentwood. The one in Oakley was really nice, but not that one. Anyways, we went to a whole nother one. And the place wasn't as nice on Balfour.
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. Yeah, and the lady knew that we didn't want that. She
knew it. She just knew it. But it was nice, but it wasn't what we
It wasn't us.
The reception part would have been nice, but I think the ceremony wasn't our thing. So
I don't know.
We kept looking. So the wire is down to like maybe 2 weeks to the wedding. Yep. And we had a date already set. People were like, okay, where are we going? Tickets. They were all types of stuff. So we ended up saying 2 weeks before we decided, we got the email that we couldn't get the venue because they was going.
Was it 2 weeks before?
It was 2 weeks before.
Okay.
So I ended up looking in Vegas. I was like, maybe we can do like an elopement in Vegas.
Yeah, we was like, forget all that. We're not even gonna spend all that money. We're gonna get our immediate family, and we're gonna spend $5,000.
He said $5. Right? Okay, bro, man, for the fifth floor.
So we said we were gonna spend about $5,000, maybe less. We're just gonna do something small.
Right, get an Airbnb. Get married in a nice backyard, maybe like a little mansion Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then get married in the backyard and have a ceremony, and that's it.
That's it. And that's what we planned on.
That's what we planned on.
15 people turned into 50 people. And it kept growing.
And then so we hit up the air. So I ended up renting an Airbnb. You guys, we had the worst.
The worst Airbnb.
The worst host in history because we've never done Airbnb. Let's start there. So it was our first time doing it. And I was like, okay, babe, this whole mansion was about $3,000.
Yeah.
Roughly. It was like
about,
$2,800.
$3,000.
I say three bands.
Yeah, it was 3 bands. So
technically. So it was like $3,000. We was okay. That's already a chunk. Not to mention my dress was almost $2,000, like $1,700.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
No, I knew.
Okay.
I knew.
He looked at me like,
no, I knew.
Anyway, so you got to factor in your dress. His thing came from Lagos, Nigeria, yeah. From a designer, which was great.
You could tell I didn't have no socks on, so that's why you know it came from Africa. But go ahead, that's besides the point.
What's that got to do?
I'm just saying. And it wasn't wearing no socks. It was like high waters.
Anyways.
Okay, but
it was sharp though. Okay?
It was sharp, right?
It was looking good. So
you was looking good.
Thank you. But listen, let's talk.
We
doing the video.
Okay.
So basically, our suits, his suit, my dress. You gotta think about food. You gotta think about drinks. You gotta think about decorations. You gotta think about literally everything you.
Babe.
What?
You ain't telling them about the other expenses.
What?
Oh yeah, you getting to that.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
You're
I'm rushing.
Me off. You want to get to the expenses? Go ahead.
No,
let me sit back and sip on my little wine.
I might tell it wrong. She's more detailed than I am.
I'm not that deep. I don't need to be that detailed. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, did you tell about the expenses where before we even got the Airbnb and all that type of stuff, we started buying things?
Well, this is why we bought it, babe. Okay, let me tell you.
She gonna tell you.
I started to... Okay, so once we planned for this Airbnb, it was really nice. We was like, we're going to do it in the backyard. So I looked for... renters to get me like a tent because it's gonna be like a backyard tent wedding, and I started to buy decorations to go inside the house so it can be a ceremony like a real wedding. So the things I was buying was roughly like $2,000, $2,500 I spent on just decorations alone. Okay, so after that the guy hits me up on Airbnb like a week later. And he's like, I don't know about the backyard situation. We have to get the grass cut, and I'm like, well, that doesn't have anything to do with me. It should be already in the contract that the house should be ready for renting. Right. And so he's like, well, I don't feel comfortable with you guys having the reception there. You know, you said a ceremony and a reception, but I'm not sure about the reception because that means afterwards we were going to be partying.
It's going to be loud, and my neighbors
going to be loud. Yeah. He started to say some
a week before.
Yeah,
like he started saying
weird things. Literally 1 week before the wedding. I was like, well, you had
suspicious.
Actually,
things.
I did the Airbnb a month before the wedding because he had
you set it up.
Few weeks.
You set it up.
Yeah, I set it up. So he had like a few weeks. Dang, I forgot that. He had a few weeks to like say, hey, no, pull the plug from us. Yeah. No, this.
He kept it. He kept it to himself until like a week before we got there, and. Man, so what? Once
we had to freaking. I was like, we're at work, and I was like, let me figure something out. So literally, like every day of my, I was working, not working, working but not working.
Yeah.
So I went on online, and I was searching like wedding rehearsals. Wedding receptions, wedding ceremonies and stuff like that. And something just told me to look in Vegas. So I started looking in Vegas. So maybe we can make it maybe I don't have to bring it back to California and stay in Vegas, but we can just go somewhere else. Because at this point, I have family flying out from the Bay Area to Vegas. They already purchased their tickets.
Yeah.
His family, we already purchased their tickets. Like, everybody started to come, you know?
Right.
And we were like, yeah, we can't cancel the wedding because one monkey want to stop our show. Like, that's just not, who does that? So I was like, forget it. We're gonna just keep looking. So literally 1 week before the wedding.
1 week.
I found.
They hear that 1 week before the wedding.
I found a venue, and it was in Lake Las Vegas. Beautiful hotel. The backyard of the hotel, they had like the lake and the waterfront. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. And I called the lady, and I was so raw and real with her, like I am with you guys right now. She was like, wow, like your story is so interesting and it's so inspiring. She was like, you know what, like I don't have to. She's like, just tell me what you need, because usually we give this venue for $4,000, starting at $4,500. So just tell me what you need, and then we can go from there. And I was like, honestly, I just need chairs and a place to get married, and then
that's it.
That's it. We don't have to have a reception. Our reception's gonna be somewhere else, and I didn't know where it was gonna be at, you guys. I was just saying that just to see what she can offer, and so she was like, okay, well, you guys can have the ceremony area for $1,000, and it's gonna include 50 chairs. I'm like, okay. She's like, if you need anything else, that's fine. Just let me know. I won't charge you extra for chairs, but
hallelujah for that.
She worked it out. I literally screamed, because I really said this months before getting. Remember we went there to Lake Las Vegas together. And I told him I would get married here.
You see, hey, that's another thing. Speak out. Speak that into the universe. And I mean that because Yah is listening. The Most High is listening. But yeah, she spoke that out. She said, I would love to get married here. I said, yeah, that would be dope if we got married here. And what do you know? It was like, what, 2 months later?
Yeah.
3 months later that we ended up getting married there.
Got married there.
And we had no idea. That wasn't a
back
that was
of our mind.
Yeah, we wasn't
so far. So anyways, I was like, wow, I started screaming, dang near cried. Cause I was like, man, okay, we got a place. So finally got a place. Had my cousin do she was my best girl. His brother was his best guy. Everybody was coming, so everything was in place. So then we had to go to Vegas for our Airbnb, because we still had our Airbnb. I canceled the whole wedding thing at his place. Yeah. And so my friend improvised. I brought some of the stuff, decorations. So some of the stuff didn't go to waste, but a lot did. Yeah. I brought the decorations. She ended up decorating the whole venue. So a day before the wedding, we're going to fast forward. We get to Vegas the day before the wedding. The day of the rehearsal, because we had already booked the venue. I booked that venue that same week that I talked to the lady. Yeah. I booked the coordinator that same week, because she came with the venue. A DJ that same week, because you have to pay for a DJ. Yeah. I did all that same week. Okay.
Yeah, she said, she really was putting in that work, because
I know. I'm sorry.
She knew. We
can I
did
say
it.
we?
You can say we, but I'm gonna be brutally honest. You did most of the work because you knew what you was doing. You've been to weddings, you knew what to look for. Me, I was like totally new to this. I was like, okay, so what we do with this? What we do with this? And all I did, babe, was just write the check. That's it. I jump in the room. Yes. Okay.
So he wrote the check, and I just paid for it. So, anyways, what was I saying?
You were saying how we got to the Airbnb.
Oh yeah, one day. Okay, so this is our first. We get there the day before the wedding. We get there the day of the rehearsal. So our rehearsal was in that evening. We got there early that morning, like 5, 6 o'clock that morning. Oh my God. We check in the Airbnb. Okay, we get in there. So at this time, we are not having a wedding there. We're having a wedding somewhere else. I called Texas de Brazil maybe a few days prior to the wedding, after he counseled with me with the reception and stuff. Yeah. And I called Texas de Brazil. I was calling restaurants like, what was that, Ruth's Chris? Yeah. Just different restaurants that was open, at least open enough to have a group setting. Yeah. Because we're still in COVID, you guys. Yeah. And so Texas de Brazil was the one that called back in a good amount of time, and they actually booked our whole thing, gave us a private room. It was really nice. And so I was like, okay, cool. We get to the Airbnb. When I tell you, it was disgusting. I got pictures too to prove it, just to let you know. It smelled like smoke. When you first walked in, it smelled like smoke. You had fake eyelashes on the couch. It looked like somebody just, whoever checked out had a strip party probably prior. And we just walked into the mayhem. Like,
tell them.
The floors was dirty.
The floors are dirty. But did they see the movie Intruder with Making Good and Michael Ealy?
I don't know.
And there was a guy that lived probably underneath the house. And he came up whenever he wanted to and did things in the house. Well, that's how the Airbnb was, because we was literally outside. Somebody turned on the hot tub.
Yeah.
When we was all like
in the house.
In one setting,
that
in the
was
house.
Weird.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, somebody watching us.
Somebody literally was watching us because we was in there, and the hot tub. And when we first walked out, the hot tub had the lid on it. It was not turned on. We go in the back. It was like this back house, like in the woods type. It was weird. We go in there, and it's like, what was in there? Like,
I didn't see nothing in there.
It was nothing in there, but the sliding door was open.
We went through it.
We was like, okay, this is kind of weird. We come back, we go in the house, we were walking around looking in the house. We go back outside, I kid you not. And like he just said, the hot tub was on, like bubbling.
Lid
off. The lid is off, it's on, like somebody just ready to pop in there. We like, ooh. Yo, the beds were dusty. The beds were dirty. It just stinked in there. Uncomfortable. Yeah, it was dirty. It was like, I was like, the baseboards and the walls was dirty. Type dirty.
I was like, my parents are not going to want to sleep in there.
So he was willing to go to the store to buy cleaning supplies to clean. He was like, let's just clean up. I was like, why would we clean an air? I'm not paying $3,000 and gotta clean up an Airbnb, and I didn't even do none of this dirt. I'm not doing this. It's not gonna work. It's not. Yeah, she
said no. I was like, you know what? So, I mean, the whole thing was, you know, we called the dude, and he got all irate. You know, talking about, you know, getting loud, basically calling us, calling,
and then he got on the phone. He was like, "Hold on."
I was ready to, you know.
He went to New York on him. You ain't about to the sun.
But I was ready.
He was so mad. Yeah.
He ended up. Did he hung up on me? Did he hang up on me?
He hung up. He did.
Because he was like, "We're not gonna turn this into a fighting." But anyway, so the whole thing.
So it went bad. It was bad.
But the whole day was like, everything was going left. It seemed like, it was like, what are we doing? You know, but like I once heard it from a wise man. The wise man once said, he said if everything was going smooth during our wedding time or before we got wedding, then we had something to worry about. But because we know that the enemy or whoever was trying to get in our way, tempt us, stop us, could have been y'all, you know, and we know that it was very difficult. But through it all, we had a beautiful wedding, had a beautiful time, and it turned out great. You know, even up until the wedding, even at the wedding, the day of the wedding, things transpired.
Yeah, I was a whole hour late for my wedding.
A whole hour late.
My driver was late.
And it was like 4:00 going on 5, and we were supposed to leave the venue at 5.
I thought at 3. Oh, no. We were going to leave the venue at 5. Yeah. But I was supposed to leave the hotel at 3 to get to the venue.
Yeah. And, you know, whatever happened with her and the driver, they said, you know what, don't worry about it. They're going to let y'all have it
until the wedding's done.
Until the wedding's done.
Don't worry about paying any extra money. They waited for us.
So even through the needles and whatever you want to call it, y'all still made a way for us to get it through and to get the wedding done. And it was a beautiful wedding, man. You know, shout out to Yazi Yahoo for doing a magnificent job on the wedding himself. You know, it was beautiful.
He actually performed the ceremony and married us. Yeah. And we had a great photographer, Q. We got to shout out Q because he came through last. He literally the day before the wedding, because I had somebody else that said they were going to do pictures, and they ended up not being able to do it, which I'm so happy. I called him prior because I wouldn't have known until the day of the wedding that the other person couldn't do it. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need to figure it. I just felt in my spirit, you know, when you have a gut feeling.
Most likely go with it.
You listen to that cut,
Yeah.
okay?
Especially if you know your spirit is very sensitive. And if you know...
No, for real.
Because she had many times where she listened to experience something wrong. I'm like, hey, next time you had that feeling...
I should show him the picture.
Go with it.
Let me see.
Yeah, but, hey, she been talking a lot, so it's my turn to get, some shine in. But what I'm saying is the wedding was beautiful, It was everything that we could have imagined, or it turned out so well. But through it all we want to say is that when you want to budget and when you find a wedding venue or you plan to get married, just definitely remember this. Budget. That's all I gotta say. Budget, and you don't have to spend $1,000 on a wedding. If it's gonna be beautiful, as long as you have you and your significant other, that's it. So, show them the picture.
Okay, so this is the picture. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh, I don't know if you can see that.
Anyways.
Well.
Can you see it? I can't see it. I can't see that you can see it. You know how people be doing that. It's not working. Anyways, it was beautiful. Just know that. It was beautiful. Pictures of the venue was great.
It was.
Budget, right?
Yeah.
We ended up spending in total.
What is it? 8?
Yeah, let's say 8. Let's ease on the 8.
Yeah, it was like 8.
It was I don't think it was any more than 8,000. Yeah. Could be like a little bit under, but let's say roughly 8. We had to pay for unexpected expenses and expected expenses as well. So, roughly it was about 8,000.
About 8,000, yeah.
And just to be out there, get a rental car,
a
hotel, because we ended up getting our money back from the Airbnb because I wasn't having it. You're not gonna have me in a dirty house. I was like, I don't live like this every day, so why would I want to go to a place and spend this type of money for 1 week just to stay in here for 1 week like this? No.
Yeah, no.
Not gonna work. And I didn't want my in-laws to go in a house like that. I just felt like, no, it just wouldn't be a right place to do it. So we ended up canceling our Airbnb. That was a headache to even get my money back from that man.
But hey, we got it
back.
I'm sorry.
That man was literally like a pain. He was a pain and then some. So
yeah, he was.
We fought to get our money back. We ended up getting our money back, and we ended up staying on the strip at a hotel. Everything else went as planned as far as us still. No monkey stopped the show. No. Nobody. If you couldn't make it, hey, sorry.
Hey, but that's what we want to say, man. What, you got any more to say about our wedding? It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. Budget well. Don't overspend. Don't go over your budget. If you can go under your budget, that would even be great for you because you have to live after the wedding.
After the wedding, you gotta have a life after.
Like, I'm willing to sell certain things from the wedding so I can get that money back. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, she is. And it's definitely, we like I said, we had a great time. And we're here now. We starting over with even our savings again. We're being smarter with our money.
Way smarter.
Smarter with how we spend and budgeting, because when the Most High blessed you with something, you want to make sure that you take care of what He blessed you with. You don't want to spend it wild and just go out there spending on any and everything, name brand, whatever it may be. You want to make sure that money that Yah has blessed you with, you want to take that and you want to invest it in something that's going to grow and grow and grow. And I mentioned that in the last video, but definitely. Well, we already over, half an hour in this whole video. You know what I mean, baby? Mm-hmm. So, our next video, though, we're not quite sure what it's going to be about, but I believe our next video is going to be more about... It's going to be a surprise. We're going to have more of what we do
don't know. It ain't
basis.
going to be a surprise to us, too, because we don't know
what we're talking about. I could be showing you my workout videos. I could be showing you what we do on a regular basis. We could be showing you us traveling somewhere. But we're going to show you definitely more than us just sitting out here talking. But this is definitely, we want to explain you know, how our wedding went and how we met and things like that.
Plus, we want you guys to get comfortable to our personalities because we are new to YouTube and exposing our lives because we're very, very private.
Very private. And I'm not even a camera type person, but I'm getting more, you know, as you go on, you get comfortable.
Yeah, because you're talking to a camera.
But you know, you got people behind the camera that watch your stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know they're gonna see you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, now, what I want to say though is, please like and subscribe.
No, it's like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, but the most important thing is to like and subscribe. You know, to the Becketts. Like and subscribe to the Becketts is gonna be long
down below. I like reading the comments too. Okay, I'll
comment down below. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe. I'm telling you, this journey that we are on right now is gonna go higher and higher and higher, and there's nothing that's gonna get in our way. This is gonna be a channel that's gonna be for it's gonna get so big in the long run.
We just want you guys to be along the journey. Okay?
I didn't even know what to say.
I can tell. Right? He's just right now running his mouth.
I am. But look, definitely. So we hope everybody have a blessed night. We will hope everybody have a peaceful and a peaceful journey wherever you may be. And we definitely just want to keep creating more content for you guys. You know what I mean? Yes. So we love you guys and thank you for everybody that has subscribed so far. We appreciate y'all and we're gonna get better and better. We're gonna give you more content, better content, more creative content. I'm telling you right now.
Less time on the video.
Less time on the video.
Because we don't know how to edit that well.
We do. I know how to edit well, but I mean, I'm working from what I'm working from.
Yeah, so, we really don't.
So yeah, definitely. You know how I always said, peace and blessings to all you. Love you all, and we'll see you next time on our next video. Thank you.
Shalom.
Shalom.